Sackler family with the drug companies. They hired people that were on the FDA to work for them so they could loophole the laws.
Yeah.
Or, hey, how much? Okay, you need $3 million. We'll give you that. We want to be healthy.
Yeah.
Like, can't we make a deal with those?
YouTube, what is going on today? We have a big video today, guys. We have the podcast this past weekend with the GOAT himself, the Theo Von, interviewing the 45th President of the United States, DT Donald J. Trump. If you want the whole video, I'll have it in the description below. Did Theo Von crush it today or what? He interviewed Donald Trump, and he did not hold back any of his questions. He put it all out online, and man, it's a killer interview. So be sure, guys, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you like this kind of style of videos. Show me thumbs up, thumbs down, either way. Just let me know if you like this kind of style of video. I really appreciate the feedback on it, guys. And leave a comment. Hey, guys, November's going to be here before we know it. Keep it cordial, be nice, respectful to everybody, both sides of the line. Just let's keep an open discourse, guys. Without that, don't want to keep it too long. Let's dive in, everybody. So, before we get started, the Theo Von.
Today's guest is the 45th President of the United States of America, and he's currently running for president on the Republican ticket. He's been an entrepreneur, a businessman, a television personality. We sat down at his club in Bedminster, New Jersey, and we want to thank the crew there for helping us make the production happen. He's one of the most famous people on earth, and I'm grateful for this chance to learn more about the man behind the headlines. Today's guest is Donald Trump.
But your thing is going really great. My son's a big fan of yours, Barron.
Really, Barron is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
he just graduated high school, right?
That's right. He just did. He knows you very well. He said, Dad, he's big.
Wow.
Yeah, big one.
That's cool.
That's good.
What,
well, that's where it is nowadays, right?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I can't believe that
The big one.
we're able to get platforms. And I started in my kitchen, and then, just evolved out of there.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. What does Barron play?
Do you want to start? You go ahead.
Yeah, we're good. Are we rolling?
Yeah, sure.
We're good?
Yeah, we're rolling. Let's go.
Does Barron play sports or anything?
He does. He plays golf and different sports, soccer. Loves soccer, very good at soccer. He's a good athlete, Barron.
Yeah? Is he going to go, has he already picked a college or no?
He has, and he's getting set to go in the fall. Good college, a very good one. And he was always a very good student. He's smart guy. How about Dana White?
Yeah.
Good job he does, right?
Yeah.
Dana White.
I want to thank Dana, too, for helping get us set up together. Yeah, he makes it happen. I like Dana. He's
Make it happen,
he
Captain.
doesn't waste words. He doesn't waste time. He likes to, I think, be efficient, and he has seems like a strong sense of integrity for himself.
Yeah, nobody like him, actually. It's, there's an expression that everybody is replaceable. Not Dana.
Yeah.
Nobody could do what he does, and he's made that sport into a big monster sport.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, and we go there, and we...
Sorry to jump in there. I remember when Dana took it over. Yeah, the UFC, I mean, the mixed martial art fighting. I mean, you really didn't hear much about it. The big thing was boxing, and it seemed like boxing was tapering off, and I think he bought it at the right time. So he's really built a name out of himself. Just saying, back from the humble beginnings. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just remembering off the fly, I think Dana White bought the UFC or the fighting league for $1 million at the time. So still multi-billion-dollar industry today. Let's get back into this. Wonder how much that Ryle iced tea paid to sit on that table there.
enjoy it, go with him. Sometimes we do walk-ons with Dana, and place sort of likes it.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, but
there's
Dana,
a video
yeah,
of us. I was behind you in one video. I'm sure the dogs here will pull it up.
The dogs.
But yeah, those are some of my favorite things ever. UFC became my favorite sport during the pandemic because Dana was brave enough to stay open. You know,
he was the whole ball game. He was the only sport, and he'd open up in arenas with nothing other than very good fighters.
Yeah.
And they would be fighting. He had some of the best fights during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But he
it was exceptional. There it is right there. See, look, there you are, and I'm right behind you there.
Oh,
clapping with that hat on, the white guy in the hat.
That's great.
He's got Dustin's shirt on.
That's right. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us there, but I was one.
Oh, my goodness.
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah, see, that's me right there.
Good sport, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Dustin Poirier fan. So.
Oh, he's great. He was, boy, I tell you, he's a warrior. That last fight he had, whether you like it or not, he is a warrior.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like he didn't get the victory, but it didn't feel like he lost.
No, he didn't lose that fight. He really, the man he was fighting was tough. He was tough and didn't expect that same fight. But he oftentimes will, he makes people suffer. There's no question about it. No, he's a pro. He's a professional.
Yeah, he's all heart. He's from Louisiana. That's where I'm from.
As that fight went along, he just got stronger and stronger, and he was getting pounded. And he was going to be choked out about 4 different times, and he just wouldn't let it happen. No, you say hello to him. He's good.
Yeah, I'll make sure to.
He's a really great fighter.
And he cooks Thanksgiving dinner every year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go sometime.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he must do good food.
He does, yeah. He does some good stuff over there. Yeah, what was the first? Do you remember like the first fight that you ever went to, whether it was UFC or boxing or anything?
Yeah, I do. It was Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, in Madison Square Garden many, many years ago. And I think that was the first fight I went to. I always liked the boxing.
How old were you, remember?
Oh, boy, I don't know. You can deduct it from what I am now, but it was a long time ago. But they were 2 undefeated fighters. They were both undefeated. Muhammad.
The GOATs themselves.
So did Joe, Jolton Joe. He was...
great fighters, guys.
2 great fighters. That fight was incredible. Kid Rock is... he's terrific. He came to the convention. He knocked everybody out. He was fantastic. He's a great guy. He's just a great guy. He's popular, very popular.
Oh, he's a real dirt surfer.
Kid Rock.
He's a freaking legend, you know?
No, he's
a legend himself.
He's a legend, I guess, in a true sense.
Oh, 100%. People love him, dude. Look at him. I went to his show not long ago somewhere, and people, I think some guy had a heart attack there too, but it was like, it was more funnel cake related, I think, type of vibes.
He draws big crowds.
Funnel cake related.
So he was out someplace recently at 80,000 people. He's big stuff, but he's forget about that. I call him Bob, his name Bob, right? It's Bob.
Bob?
Kid Rock, but it's Bob. But he's a really good guy. And
I've been over to his house
he's a cool cat, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I live in Nashville. Right when I got into town, he hit me up one night and was like, hey, man, I'm having a birthday party this week and you should come. And I didn't even know him, and it was nice of him. And since then, we've done a lot of fun stuff together. His brother's missing a leg, too, which is crazy.
What?
He looks like the Lamp. Have you ever seen that movie, The Lamp, like from like a Christmas Story or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But he's fantastic. The family, the father, I knew very well. He just passed away. And it was a tough one.
You knew his dad?
For the brother. I did. And he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I got to know him through knowing Bob. And I tell you what, it's just a fantastic family, the whole family.
Yeah. No, I love Bob. He and I joke around together a lot. We've spent a lot of time together. Look at his brother right there.
Bob.
That's right.
Dude hits
And you know what? He plays golf and he plays well. He
That's
hit
pretty
a perfect
wild.
drive with me. I said, do you play? We were on the 17th hole. I said, do you play?
Sorry to pause that. Did y'all see his arms? Look at his arms. I mean, he looks... You wouldn't want to mess with him. Just saying.
I said, do you play? We're on the 17th hole.
Strength.
I said, do you play? He goes, yes. I said, oh, really? Do you want to hit a shot? And he said, okay. And he got up. Well, it was very hard for him to put it was really a tough situation because he has to get the ball in the ground and the tee and everything else. Nobody did it for him. And he did it. I mean, he goes to the ground and he did it, gets up. He swung, and I'm a good golfer. He had a perfect shot out to the right with a little hook. Nobody knows what that means in your audience probably, but that's like a perfect shot. And I said, that is perfect. He said, I'll do it again. I said, don't do it again because you'll never be able to hit a shot that good. And it was really amazing. He's great. And Bob
And
really
he'll do it again too.
They
He's a
love the
repeat
family.
offender.
They
they're
they
great.
really have an amazing family. They
Oh no,
love the
Bob's
family.
great. I've been to parties at his house. You know, one thing that's really nice about him is I'll go do something with him, and then like a few days later, he'll send a nice note, or he'll send like a photo, like a frame photo,
Not
and just say,
surprised.
"Hey, man, I had a nice time."
Yeah.
And during the opioid epidemic, they estimate that like almost 600,000 people died.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include the broken hearts and the deaths of families and circles of trust. All, you know, just people that lost a brother. Doesn't even include the actual the siblings.
Right.
You know, and so the ripple effect of that is huge. And there's that Sackler family that pretty much got away with it. You know, they had a financial slap on the wrist, but we're one of the only countries that allows drug advertisements and pharmaceutical companies to advertise on television. Like, what do you think are things that you can do
For profit
to help curtail that when you get into office?
So, well, we did a great job. We had
Does that make sense or not?
Yes,
that question?
it does make sense. And we had committees, blue ribbon committees in certain cases, but committees that would meet. The big problem we have is, you know, fentanyl is probably the biggest. Opioid is bad. Opioid is bad too.
Yeah.
I think that's.
There's a movie about that family. It's I think it's Painkiller's the name of it. It was on Netflix. Matthew Broderick, I think, was the one that was in it. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a good little show on Netflix. Highly recommend it. So be sure to check that out as well on that family.
It's bad because everyone thinks, you know, in many cases, they think they're going to do away with pain. And literally the time is so short. If you take it for like 2 weeks, you're almost addicted to it. It's incredible when you
Oh,
think.
well, all of that is horrible. But
How
why
did
do
you
we
get
allow
How
that
did
to
you get addicted? How did?
No, I would just do cocaine. That was really, yeah. So not just,
Wow. Just throw that out there.
That's down and dirty, right?
yeah. And I mean, it was, yeah.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man. And I'm not doing
Is it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country, but yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or
So
something.
the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Right, yeah, but what I want
laugh, but-
probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger?
I laugh, but I don't mean any disrespect. Just Theo's analogies and the word that he uses on the stuff is just, I mean, he's a comedian. I mean, this is Theo right here. This is raw, unedited Theo Vaughn.
Oh yeah,
Up?
yeah. Cocaine
So,
will make
you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be out on your own porch, you know, and you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well,
No,
it's
horrible.
a miserable feeling.
But you do it
As
anyway, just like the guy you're saying with the scotch.
An alcoholic on a porch. What in the world?
Like you knew it was bad, but you still.
So it's not even good during what would be normally the good time. In other words, oh wow. So why would you do it?
I wouldn't. That's why I don't.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But it's crazy because that's what alcoholism is. I think it's that it trumps the why.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Trumps the
it
why.
just you don't and you just go to. It's like, so that's why they say that it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's what they say about alcoholism.
Yeah.
And it is. It's one of the things I wanted to ask you about was like, so there's like the big pharma lobbyists, like there's 1,800 big pharma lobbyists in Washington, D.C.
Right.
There's only 535 total representatives or senators total. So just the fact that there's this whole other almost drug government that's there kind of pushing pushing agendas and influencing things. Like, how do we stop that, man? It just seems like it's obviously killing people. Like, people are dying, you know? It's like, what do we have to do that our own government won't help us?
Well, you have to stop listening to lobbyists. You know, I was not a big person for lobbyists.
I
They
don't.
have even a little access to like a president or a senator or a congressman or woman.
They're snakes.
They get a lot of money.
Yeah.
And in some
They should
cases, they
ban
just
them.
take the money. They don't do anything. But you have a lot of lobbyists in Washington pushing. and certainly a lot for all of the things that we're talking
But
about,
they're
including
winning.
alcohol.
The lobbyists are winning, it feels
Yeah,
like.
More money, more power, you're winning. That's the name of the game. I agree. They need to ban that stuff. No more lobbyists. Why can't, I mean, it's 2024. Why can't they be in it for best interest for the people? Just saying, you know.
they're winning. They're making a lot of money. Absolutely.
Can you stop that? Can a president stop that? Like, how do we stop that?
Well, one way you could stop it is to say, if you're going to go into government, you can never be a lobbyist. In many cases, they have rules and regulations where you can't do it for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever.
You mean be a lobbyist after you were an elected official?
I mean, you could
Is that what you're saying?
You could say that if you're an elected official or if you work in government, you can never be a lobbyist. You have people that work in government and they give out contracts to the military.
Big agree, guys.
And
Big
then they
agree.
leave and they work for the people that they're giving out contracts to.
That's exactly what happened with the Sackler family, with the drug companies. They hired people that were on the FDA to work for them so they could loophole the laws.
Yeah.
Or, you know. But can we outlaw lobbyists, or we can't do that?
Well, there's a whole constitutional thing there. I mean, can you make somebody...
Yeah, they were just realized my video probably covered up some of it, but the Sackler family, they were ones behind Oxycotton. So that was the big opioid epidemic in the early 2000s when it started and went a number of years.
Never, ever go into the business if you work for government, and especially if you're giving out contracts. In other words, you're a powerful person within some industry. The Navy, the Army, anything. It could be military procurement, etc. There's a whole thing there's a whole question as to you give out a contract and then all of a sudden you're working for the person you gave out the contract to or the company that you gave out the contract to.
Right. It's like you're playing both sides of the net.
Well, it's obviously a problem, and it's a big problem, and we were doing things about it, but then we had to get down to other business. We had to solve we had a lot of problems with this country. A lot of problems.
It's pretty clear that the establishment doesn't like you, I would say. What do you think?
Well, I think the people like me.
Oh, yeah, the people.
We're leading now in all the polls. We're leading, and Rasmussen just came out a little while. Rasmussen's a very highly regarded poller. We're leading by 5 points.
That is insane, those numbers there. Interactive polls, you can see there that, he's just 4 points above Harris, but when it was Biden, it was actually a bigger gap. So she's come closer with him for sure.
Rasmussen poll.
And
others also, and we're doing well. But I think the people like me a lot. We
agree.
won, and then we did.
No doubt.
So we won in 2016, and then we did much better in 2020. Much better. Got millions and millions more votes when I was president. We had
my cousin got a boat.
Numbers. Yeah, we had the best job numbers.
One thing that you did, recently we had Bernie Sanders on.
Right.
And
interesting.
And I know.
That's very interesting.
Certainly, you guys don't agree on a lot of things, but I think you both acknowledge how horribly rigged the healthcare system is against the American people. Because hospitals and insurance companies get away with hiding their prices from all of us, and literally they can charge whatever they want. It's like you sign up and say, yes, I'll pay. You trust the hospital, but then you get home and the bill it's whatever, which pretty much feels like some form of extortion to me. That's what it seems like to me.
It's a form. Yeah.
But you had an executive order where you created a federal rule forcing hospitals and insurers to publish all their prices.
Yep.
Right? So that people would be able to know, okay, if an MRI costs $600 here and it's $5,000 there, then I can go here and save myself money.
Right.
But that hasn't even been enforced. Like hospitals.
And why is that?
Biden got away with it.
Hospitals and insurance companies, they're still not showing their prices.
No.
They hated it.
Of course they did.
And because it would have made it very competitive. And Biden let it go. He never enforced it. And to get that approved was a big deal. And that would have brought down the price of
so many things.
Not only, just care, right? Care, physical care, mental care. That would have brought down the cost of care by 50, 60%. And Biden and Kamala didn't press it. It was a big thing to get it, but I'll be pressing it. And because
You
I'll
will
be
be?
pressing it, and because I'll be pressing it, there are some
You heard
people that are
that.
vehemently against it for financial reasons, for money reasons. But
Those
I'll be
people can go
pressing
to
it.
hell, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, no,
Those people-
bad people.
Especially because one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in America is medical debt. I mean,
Well,
that's crazy.
pretty
And I don't even
crazy.
think I made that up either.
no, it's when you think of it. At first, when you said it, I said, "Wow," and then I'm thinking about it. I'm saying it's really not a wow. I understand it.
Yeah.
Tremendous lobby, tremendous powerful lobby.
Well, yeah, because think about what else is going to put you in medical, like in that much of a debt. It's like, I believe that's accurate. Who's behind the healthcare insurance, that whole thing? Like, who's behind it all? It feels like Chuck Schumer is this kind of like deviant mastermind back there somewhere.
Well, he's one of the people that is hurt, and he's one of the people that keeps the prices high, and he's gets a lot of contributions from the people on the other side. And him and plenty of other people, a lot of people. It's a very powerful lobby.
But wouldn't they? Why do
the
they
most
want?
powerful
that?
lobby?
Indeed.
The lawyer lobby.
That's
The lawyer law,
And that
of course.
feeds into that also. It all feeds into it.
Wait, hold on, just so I understand, Donald. Sorry. So that lobby is a very powerful one.
Yeah.
But why do those people want people to suffer though? Just so they can make money?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It really has to do with money.
That's
It's,
crazy. How much money do
They
they
probably
need?
start
Can't we
off by
just
saying
give
this
them?
is terrible, and then they eventually say, "Well."
But
and
can
then-
we just, as a country, say, "Hey, how much? Okay, you need $3 million. We'll give you that. Fuck off.
Yeah.
We want to be
Of
healthy."
course.
Yeah.
Like, can't we make a deal with those people?
They're very tough to deal with, and they've been taken care of by drug companies and others for years. You have politicians that have been for years being taken care of by people that make a lot of money, and they want to keep making a lot of money. And it is, in that case, it's not a power thing; it's a money thing.
Yeah.
A lot of
Money
money.
grab.
So if you get reelected to the board, you're going to continue that project.
Well, I
We're
had
going to
it
make sure
done.
it's safe.
We had it. We had the safest border and the best border in the history of our country, and now it's a disaster.
Somebody invited Biden to the border, and they said he went to a Borders Books, dude. And I was like, "That's
Well, they invited her, and she went to a place that doesn't have a problem. She's a disaster. She is the worst vice president. It's the worst administration
yeah."
in the history of our country. She's a part of it, and she won't do an interview. She would never do an interview like this. She won't
I'd
do
love
an
for.
interview.
Yeah, I want to learn more about her.
Well, I think you should ask her to come on.
Tell Barron I said thanks, man.
Good.
Yeah,
He's a big fan.
I hope to get to meet him someday. He seems like a neat kid.
Yeah, he is. He's great.
Is he? Yeah. And yeah, thank you for your time. I can't believe that I got to be able to sit down with you. I'm grateful to Dana White as well for setting this up. And I just appreciate you giving me your time today, Donald Trump.
It's an
Thank you so
honor, and
much.
good luck with your situation.
Yes,
You're
sir.
going to do it. You beat it, right? You
yeah.
beat it.
You
Good luck
beat it,
with
man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
That was a cool interview, guys. Thank you for watching.